The Secret Chess Code Decoded. The Definitive Revelation Synapses the PHION Protocol. By Humberto E. Gutierrez R. Summary. In the symbolic depths of the chessboard, pieces and laws, there is a deep and secret code, which has allowed the development or discovery of PHIONICS, a strong candidate for Leibnizian, universal characteristic language. It is the language of the Polidiamonds, a poly-idiom and poly-language that achieves ontological epistemological heralding of chess. Thus was developed or discovered the protocol of PHION or SINAPSIS, a tape of congruencies that complexion through analomas or analogical logical mathematical relationships to the different sciences, arts and scientific disciplines, becoming a poiethical virtual machine that generates multiple species of things assembled and, or designed from of chess moves, games and compositions. It is demonstrated and verified that the ontological bases exist, epistemological and logics of a chess philosophy, as well as the connection of Stokhov's mathematics of harmony, Lefebvre's theory, the first study under controlled decision-making conditions, whose laboratory was the chess, led by Ashton Anderson from Microsoft Research, and Petukov's algebra octal yin-yang with the golden playful quantum geometric fractal genetic evolutionary matrix, philosophical Delphi, the SINAPSIS game board, and the number golden quantum matrix geometric fractal genetic evolutionary, 9-0, the nucleus and seed of philosophical Delphi, unique in its kind and strong candidate for Aristotelian immobile motor and, or Leibnizian infinite number. It is concluded that the discovery of the secret and profound code of chess will allow the inauguration of the era of software and hardware three-dimensional 3D holonic chess, of the 3D playful geometric fractal dynamic geometric evolutionary operating systems. And that, PHIONICA complies with all the characteristics of the universal characteristic language, Leibnizian, being at the same time a holonic constructive system, and a neo-Renaissance tool without equal, with the potential to develop human cognitive abilities, due to its interdisciplinary nature and global language. Keywords. Octal yin-yang genetic algebra, amidophosphoribosyltransferase, analome, analomatic, big data, congruent wide web, CWW tape, locked quantum circuit, circularity, secret code and profound chess, complexity, universal characteristic language, encyclopedias, Riemannian geometry, ontological epistemological heraldization, holonic, iconic, geometric fractal logograms, LGF, virtual machine poiethics, mathematics of harmony, golden playful quantum geometric fractal genetic evolutionary matrix, Delphi philosophical mathesis, mnemonics, golden number, PHIONIC, golden number quantum matrix geometric genetic evolutionary fractal, 9-0 Polidiamonds, polylanguage, polysemiotic, play protein, operating system playful geometric fractal genetic evolutionary, playful polypeptide sequence, symbolism, Fibonacci sequence, theory Lefebvre, tessellation, Penrose tessellation, treasure of digital jewels, ontological epistemological treasure, translatability, nuclear transversalization. The game that God played in creating the world is none other than chess. Binary numbering is a language of God. Everything can be expressed by 0 and 1. It is so magnificent. Chess is too much game to be science, and too much science to be a game. Leibniz. Xiao assumed that a knowledge of the numerical structure of the world would lead to a greater understanding of the universe and your process of change. Berdwistel. In both games we are faced with a value system and we are witnessing its modifications. In the first place, a state of game corresponds to a state of the language. The respective value of the pieces depends on their position on the board, which is in the language. Each term has its value in opposition to all other terms. Second, the system is never more than momentary, it varies from position to position. Is that the values depend on a convention immutable, the rule of the game. So, sir. Introduction. Many great thinkers have perceived that chess is much more than a game and that there is a kind of code in this language, coming to compare it as Saussure with the language, point exegesis in this hermeneutical document. But Leibniz went so far as to say that binary numbering is the language of God, and that God created the world by playing chess. If there is a hidden code and deep in the science game, is the subject of this article, however, it is transcended, by achieving show that there is not only a secret and hidden code in the fruit fly of intelligence artificial, that is, in chess, but there is a chess philosophy whose Ariadne thread starts in the Western world from Pythagoras, through Plato, Aristotle, and Lull to Leibniz, and in the Eastern world since the mythical Emperor Fuxi, King Wen, Lao, Confucius and Xiaoyang. There is an extraordinary congruence between Leibniz and Xiao, since both maintain that everything is made up of zeros and ones. The numbers of the binary number system used by all computers computing today, supercomputers, mainframes, PCs, laptops, tablets, smartphones, etc. In this text the mathematical sign of congruence is defined as is used to intertwine concepts from the emergence of analogies to relationships of equality, so that one travels through a wide parchment of congruences of a circular nature. This scroll broad, theoretically infinite, transcends in this role even a third metaschematic level achieving demonstrate and verify that it is a universal language that materializes Leibniz's dream. Thus PHIONICA presents itself for the first time before the eyes of the world with its unsurpassed polysemiotic nature capable to nuclear mainstream human culture by its extraordinary power of language ario, whose semiosis is natural, of formal grammar. Also hinting that in the depths of the chessboard, that is, when its archetypal symbols are perceived, underlying the fractal and holographic structure of the universe, and at its core a number that belongs to a species unknown to science, a kind of immobile Aristotle engine. The infinite number of Leibniz. As Leibniz says, it will be possible to state all propositions in terms only of subject and predicament. For this reason, the reader is recommended to activate their ability to think inductive, deductive and coherent way. The power of the secret and deep code of chess has allowed to date the creation or discovery of 10 SINAPSIS gaming protocols, the PHION protocol. As is evident, this is a true wide web, broad parchment, a tape of congruences, in infinite theory that seeks to find the eternal truths. Is defined as superior laws. SINAPSIS pretends to be the evolution of chess, the definitive variation that gives the game science an ontological, epistemological, analogical, logical, mathematical character, and of theory of the science. The PHION protocol is a poiethical virtual machine as defined as producer, as defined as generator, as defined as assembler of multiple species of things, sequences and, or series containing plays, chess games and, or chess problems. Numbers in all number systems. Icons is defined as LGF of PHIONICA. Sentences in all languages. Scores. Spatial points and geographic points expressible in all existing coordinate systems. Playful amino acids. Sequences, playful polypeptides, playful proteins. Conclusions. 1. The secret and deep code of chess has been demonstrated and proven. The discovery of the golden quantum matrix geometric fractal genetic evolutionary number 909 and of the golden matrix playful quantum geometric fractal evolutionary genetics, philosophical Delphi, has allowed to find congruences with Petukov's algebra octal yin-yang, a harmonic quantum algebra with the golden number phi equals 1.62 and with the Fibonacci sequence, with Stokhov's mathematics of harmony, a new convergent mathematics with module 9 that allow finding the divine essence and the structure of numbers. With Lefebvre's theory and the first study under controlled decision-making, conditions whose laboratory was chess, led by Ashton Anderson from Microsoft Research, finding a congruence between anomalous positions and the human tendency to make mistakes when making decisions, which allows us to advance our existence of a locked quantum circuit at Delphi philosophical that could explain these patterns behavioral in humans. 2. PHIONICA is a poly-idiom and poly-language that meets all the characteristics of the Leibnizian, universal language, whose applications will allow us to inaugurate the era of software and the three-dimensional, 3D, hardware holonic chess, databases and programs. Chess 3D geometric fractal dynamic genetic evolutionary players. PHIONICA has the potential for the development of the first geometric fractal dynamic genetic evolutionary geometric 3D playful operating system. PHIONICA is also a holonic constructive system whose blocks are cubics chess, cubes of chess, that allow to assemble trees chess trees. PHIONICA achieves the heraldization ontological epistemological of chess, and this allows to nuclearly transversalize the sciences, arts and scientific disciplines, which is of capital importance, because we live the beginning of the fourth human evolution, the Neo-Renaissance, at the hand of new sciences such as robotics, biotechnology and nanotechnology, and the software. Thanks to advances in artificial intelligence (AI), it is radically changing our lives. PHIONICA is a neo-Renaissance tool like no other, owns its own software and hardware, being digital and tangible simultaneously. In biotechnology, PHIONICA has applications in bioinformatics and molecular biology. Until now only 2 chess games were translated to the genetic protocol of chess notation, and the results are obvious and exposed in this document. The potential for the development of PHIONICA's cognitive abilities are evidenced by its interdisciplinary nature and global language.